Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio. So today, I am bringing you news that I really did not expect to be bringing you today. You see, Alolan Raticate-GX is coming in Celestial Storm. Now, that is weird, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you might be thinking, hang on a second, Wassy. Didn't you already make a video about Alolan Raticate-GX? And the answer is, yes, I did. 7 months ago. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 7 months ago, I made a video about Alolan Raticate-GX, calling it the first Pokemon card with 2 free attacks, which was true. I told you how it was coming as a promo in Japan's Gym Challenge tournaments, which was true. And I suggested we would probably be getting it in its own little box. So Pokemon like Serena GX and Beware GX and Lycanroc GX, not the good one, they have come as their own little box after having been featured as promos in Japan's Gym Challenge tournaments. That's how we've gotten them. We never got Alolan Raticate. Just never happened. It was weird, ladies and gentlemen. And it was starting to get to the point where I was honestly wondering whether we would ever get it. We're never getting, and I would feel fairly confident about this, we're never getting Pikachu GX or Mimikyu GX. So I just figured that Alolan Raticate was lost to the ages. Evidently not, ladies and gentlemen. It is coming in Celestial Storm, and given that I last looked at it 7 months ago, and given that the format has moved on incredibly far from then, I think we need a new video looking at how good it could be, because honestly, the old one is out of date. I don't remember another time where Pokemon gave us a Japanese promo from 7 months ago just regularly in our set. This is weird to me. I was not expecting this. Hey-ho. Having said that, we still don't have Palossand GX, which was revealed 11 months ago. That's right. I did my video on that one 11 months ago. It was, like Raticate, a promo in the Gym Challenge tournaments. So, we've got an English scan. It was sent to me by the lovely Nexus G over on email, as it happens, PTCGRadio at hotmail.co.uk. Make sure you remember the code.uk, I am in Britain. And given that the dimensions are 245 by 342, that seems like it came from the official Pokemon website. Yes, I have memorized the dimensions of the official scans on the official website. What's it to ya? So anyway, we have an official English scan now. What does it do? Well, it's got 200 HP and a weakness to fighting. Obviously, the weakness to fighting is really bad with Buzzwole running around. Generally speaking, it's going to have Diancie Prism Star, which means that it will be hitting 100 damage with weakness with Jet Punch, but it has always got the option of using Beast Energy. Now, both of these are once per deck Prism Stars, but they can be used, and that means that they'd be hitting 80 damage. They could add a Choice Band to be hitting 110 damage, and actually be getting a one-hit KO for a single energy. Don't forget, we're also getting Lizia coming in Celestial Storm, and that is a supporter card that allows you to search for any 2 Prism Stars, i.e. a Buzzwole player could search for Beast Energy and Diancie Prism Star. Put simply, it's easy for them to get one-hit KOs. Resistance to Psychic is pretty nice because of the whole Espeon and Garbodor thing. The retreat cost of 3 is very heavy, and with Heavy Ball and Floatstone going away, high retreat costs, they just suck at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. I can't even make an argument like I could before. And being a Darkness type does mean you're hitting weakness against Dawn Wings Necrozma, which, you know, some people may be wanting to. Now, really here, it's all about the free attacks, and there are 2 free attacks here. First of all, for 0 energy, chuck away. Discard up to 2 cards from your hand. This attack does 40 damage for each card you discarded in this way. So essentially here, you discard 2 cards from your hand, and you do 80 damage, 110 with a Choice Band. Now, straight off the bat, it's worth mentioning that something that's weak to this, like Dawn Wings Necrozma, will be taking 220 and being one-hit KO'd. And the majority of Malamar decks out there at the moment are playing Dawn Wings Necrozma. Ergo, here's a Pokemon that for 0 energy can get you a 1-hit KO and 2 prizes. And it's a stage 1, not a basic, but it's essentially 2 slots in your deck. You can chuck it in there, and you've got a counter for no energy to a very popularly played card. Your opponent plays it down, you play a Guzma, 2 free prizes. Or you pop an Alolan Raticate on the bench, and that only gives up 1 prize, daring your opponent to put Dawn Wings Necrozma down. And either they put it down and you get a cheeky 2 prizes, or they don't put it down and they don't get access to that great GX attack that gives it immunity next turn. Or they don't get access to that ability that allows it to jump into the active, giving free switching. It's a really, really nice attack. And of course, you get to discard 2 cards from your hand. That's always incredibly useful. Well, mostly. So in a Malamar deck, you could use it to discard that Psychic Energy to accelerate with Malamar, while giving you a heads up in the mirror. Or in a Water deck, you could use it to discard Water Energy to fuel your Aqua Patch. Or maybe in Expanded, you pop it in a Vespiquen deck, so you can do more damage with Bee Revenge. Probably shouldn't, to be honest, because it gives up 2 prizes, but it remains an option. You just get to bin a bunch of cards from your hand. Maybe you bin a whole bunch of Tool cards and out comes Gourgeist. Okay, maybe that's not the best use, but I stand by one day there's going to be a good Gourgeist deck. And it's probably not this, but one day it's going to happen. The thing about this is, it's for 0 energy. The discard is often very useful. It counters a widely played Pokemon. And it's a nice little tech to put in your deck. This is one of the reasons we needed another look at it. When I looked at this 7 months ago, Dawn Wings Necrozma GX was not a popular tech in a whole bunch of decks. So you weren't really hitting anything for weakness. Now you are, and it makes this first attack a whole lot better. Second attack, Dark Double Colorless, 150 damage, flip a coin, if tails it does nothing. I don't like it. I really don't like this. Yes, you can use Victini to give yourself a 75% chance of doing the damage here. And yes, 150 is quite nice because of Choice Band. You're doing 180, and that's a 1-hit KO on something like Rayquaza. Annoyingly, we're losing Reverse Valley. Oh no, wait, we're keeping Devoured Field, so then you're up to 190, and there's a 1-hit KO on something like a Buzzwole or an Ultra Necrozma. So why am I not loving this attack that for a Dark Double Colorless can get a 1-hit KO on most of the relevant GXs in the format? Because even with a Victini on the bench, and then you're taking up an extra bench space and an extra spot in your deck, and you've got to get them out at the same time, even with all of that, you've still only got a 75% chance of hitting heads, which means there's a 25, 1 in 4 chance of not actually doing anything with this, and you're giving up 2 prizes. I am not playing a 2-prize Pokemon and using an attack which could end up doing literally nothing, and you can't make me. But the GX attack here is really nice. 1, oh no wait, 0 energy, Item Maniac GX. Search your deck for up to 6 item cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. So that's quite nice. Now, this is another reason this card is better than it was when we looked at it 7 months ago. When I looked at this 7 months ago, my response was, you're going to be end. Just like if you end up using Metagross's GX attack, or if you end up using Drampa's GX attack, you are just going to get end here. Your opponent's going to go, boom, there's an end, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha. But by the time this comes out, we're not losing N until like a month afterwards, but we're basically losing N. Which means your opponent is going to have to play a Judge in order to disrupt your hand. Or a Marshadow which does the same thing, but nobody's playing that at the moment. And Judge is not that good. Judge only gets you 4 new cards. So it's not a particularly good draw supporter. So you're more likely to keep these 6 item cards. Now, using a whole bunch of items is going to make you vulnerable to Garbodor. But first of all, you've got resistance. Yay! And second of all, Garbodor is not quite the powerhouse now that it was 7 months ago when we first looked at this. And all of this is building up to make a profile of a card that is a lot better than when we looked at it before. Yes, it's still got that weakness to Garbodor, and that sucks. But this GX attack here, right? You can search for your choice band to do extra energy, or you can search for your B-string, and then your opponent takes a KO, and then all of a sudden you've got all 4 B-string in hand. That's one of my favourite uses for this. I should have said that a minute ago. If you're playing a deck, maybe even something like a Buzzwole deck, remember this is for 0 energy, so you just need to get Alolan Raticate out, and then you can use it. Your opponent takes a KO, goes down to 4 prizes remaining. You've got 4 B-string in hand and 2 other cards. Now the downside here is, because you can only search for items, you will have to show your opponent what you searched for. So they'll know you've got 4 B-string in hand. If it was any 6 cards, you wouldn't, but you have to prove they were items, so you will have to show your opponent. And if you show them B-string, okay, Judge might not be the best card ever, but that's the kind of thing that is going to make a person go, I need to dig for my Judge. That is one of the ridiculous combos you can do with this GX attack. Search out 4 B-strings so that when they take a KO, you go nuts. The reality of this card is, you've got a free attack, which counters a very widely played Pokemon, and discards cards, which can be good. And you've got a second free attack, which, although being a GX attack, is unlikely to be gotten rid of with N, because N's gone away, and could lead to some redonkulous combos like quadruple B-string, or quadruple Aqua Patch, or some ridiculous combination like it. This is a 4 Wassy card now. This is a lot better. I cannot remember what it was before. If anyone wants to go and check that old video, do go look and pop it in the comments. I will pin it. I will be delighted. But the fact of the matter is, yes, it's weak to Buzzwole, and that sucks. No arguments there. But it's got 2 free attacks, both of which are good. And if you're against the Buzzwole, just play an Alolan Rattata and don't evolve it up. Simple as you like. As a side note, both the Alolan Rattata have 40 HP. The best one is the one with Gnaw from Sun and Moon. And interestingly enough, because this was a promo, I wouldn't expect to be getting an Alolan Rattata in this set. I would just be expecting to get Alolan Raticate unless we get a new one or we get a reprint. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's a card which was kind of interesting 7 months ago, but now that N's going away and Dawnwing's Necrozma's becoming good and Beastring's a thing, these are 3 reasons why it is so much better than it was before, and why I couldn't just let you go and look at that video from 7 months ago. That would not have been right. Huge shout out to Nexus G over on email. Lovely, lovely man. Thank you for getting in touch. And let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.